Hi guys, welcome back to Sheddy's Kitchen. I'm Sheddy. Today we're going to be looking at making a chapli or chapli kebab, and this recipe gives me fond memories of when I was a young child at the kitchen table having this while mum cooked it for me. So are you ready? Let's get cooking. You need 750 grams of minced chicken thigh, you'll need 125 grams of minced onion. Now what I'd suggest here, if you don't have a mincer at home, is to either you can actually grate the onions, that's not a problem, or alternatively, if you ask your butcher if they can add that directly to your chicken thigh mince, they can actually pass that through the machine. Sometimes they will pass it directly through the machine for you, or they will have it pre-ready on the side. A lot of South Asian butchers, they will have this on the side ready, so you can just ask them how much you need. The same goes for the green chilli. That needs to be minced as well, and you need 50 grams of that. The same as what I've suggested for the onion can be done. You'll need 40 grams of fresh coriander. That's just been roughly chopped. One teaspoon of cooking salt. One teaspoon of coriander powder. $100 grams of grated potato. Try not to add more potato than this, because once you add it to the mixture, it might be quite difficult to bind the mixture together if you have too much potato. Finally, you're going to need half a teaspoon of what we call jeera, which is cumin seed, but it'll be cumin powder. So it's time to mix these ingredients together, and you'll need a large mixing bowl for this. So we'll begin adding all the ingredients one by one. So first I've got the chicken thigh mince, which will pop into this bowl. Followed by the minced onions. It doesn't matter which order you put these in. I'm just popping these in one by one. I'll put the green chilli, minced green chilli in there next. Fresh coriander. I'll just pop in the peeled 100 grams of the peeled potato in there, the peeled grated potato. Right, and the 1 teaspoon of coriander powder. The 1 teaspoon of the cooking salt. And finally, the half teaspoon of the cumin powder. Let's pop that in there. And now get stuck in with your hands on this and give it a real good mix. You want to just really mix it in and make sure that it's a really uniform mix. You can use your hand for this, it's absolutely fine. There you go. That's about done. Okay, and there you go, we're ready to go. Okay, now it's time to prepare our Chapli Kebab, and we've got a really easy method for you to be able to do this, because it is actually quite difficult getting these flat. In order to do it, what I would suggest is to get a strip of cling film, as you can see, and I've got that right across. I've done it quite far, a bit over, I'd say about 60 centimeters, makes no difference. But I'm only going to prepare 4 of these for you and show you the frying of 4, so you can clearly see or have visual guides in regards to how to make these and make sure they're done. What you're going to need is clearly your mince meat mixture, and you'll need a tiny bit of sunflower oil as well. You'll need this to prevent the kebab sticking when you put them onto the cling film. So the first thing you need to do is just saturate your fingers with the oil, and you need to grab, I would say, about this much, nothing too big in your palm, and you need to give it a roll. Try to press it quite hard together, because otherwise the last thing you want is when you are making these for them to actually break up in the oil. So give them a squeeze, then give them a little roll, and then this is ready to go. I'll pop this onto the cling film. We'll do that again. Just grabbing a chunk. I might go a tiny bit smaller this time, because the smaller they are, when flattened, the quicker they'll actually cook. So give them a little squeeze together. And there you go. Give it a little roll. And I'm going to keep these quite far apart in preparation for the flattening. We've just got 2 more to go. There we go. I'll pop that over here. And lastly, there we go. Right, at this point over here, what you're going to need is a trusted dish, and this is for flattening the kebabs. So this is how you would do the flattening. What you need to do is grab one edge of the cling film and just get it straight over the kebabs mixtures that are there, and using the base of the plate you need to press firmly down on the center. So we'll do that with the first one. There you go, that's flattened out for you there nicely. And we'll do the same again to the second one. There you go. And we'll do the same on the other side now. So the same thing again, just get the cling film and just run it over. And I'll just leave a tiny bit of an edge so that if it is to spread, it won't get squashed into the corner. We'll do that again. There we go. And the last one. There we go. I'm just going to pull this edge slightly up I didn't come too far over. And just give this, just straighten this out. Should be absolutely fine. And flatten that back out there. There we go. Brilliant. So, in preparation of putting these kebabs directly to the oil, I'll just show you a little trick that you can do to lift them up. Otherwise, they do break quite easily. I would hold the corner of the cling film, or actually quite close to it. And as you lift it, get your hand underneath the kebab and just let it run off into your hand. And there you go. And then that's ready to go straight into the frying pan. Okay, so we have our oil set up now. I'm using sunflower oil again. We initially put it on quite a high heat to get the oil going, and I've just dropped that to a medium heat now. Because if you don't do that when you're making the kebabs, you have a tendency to burn them quite quickly and they're not actually very cooked very well inside. Just to show you how to check the oil in this example, I've got a tiny bit of the mincemeat mixture. I'm going to drop it into the oil, and as you can see, it starts to bubble and it comes straight back up. So that's just giving you indication that the oil is ready for cooking. So I'll just remove that one out there, and we'll get ready to cook. So now to move over the kebabs, let's pop them in, and we're going to be demonstrating 4 kebabs here, just to show you, give you a guide on visuals on the kebab in terms of the cooking. So here we go. Turn the heat slightly further down. What you're going to find is these kebabs will rise to the surface in a moment once the bubbling from the frying stops. And then we'll get some really good indicators of what to do and when to turn these kebabs around. And this is a good thing to know over here. You can see the edges of this kebab starting to brown. And where you see the edges browning compared to the centre, that is an indication that it's time to flip. So we're going to flip that one over. Okay, I'll just grab it and we'll give it a little flip. That one. I'll just separate them out. There we go. I'll just turn that one. And we'll do the same to the others as well in a moment. When you see them starting to brown around the edges, I will give them a turn. You can see the edges there, just seeing starting to brown. I'll give it a moment longer before I turn that. These are going a lovely brown colour down here. As you can see, I'll push them for you to see. Lovely brown colour on that one. I'll just give this one a turn. And we can do the last one as well. We'll give that a moment now. You can see that lovely brown colour there. We're going to be flipping it a few more times yet. They will get much crispier on the outside. Just going to push this kebab to this side so you can see clearly, but you can see the edges on this one starting to brown again. So this one's actually browning on the edges compared to the centre, so you can see. I'll just lift it up so you can see. It's brown around the edges compared to the centre, so that gives you a good indicator. Just give that little turn and you can see how lovely and brown that's getting on that side now. Remember, do be patient with this part because it does take up to at least 5 minutes doing this. What tends to happen is when you are ready to prepare your second batch, they will actually brown a lot quicker because the oil is actually quite hot by that stage, and you don't worry about that when you put your second batch in, because you will find that they will brown very, very quickly. Just keep turning them until they're a golden brown and you should be absolutely fine with that. This one's ready to turn. And if you do add the batches, you can add much more than 4. We're only showing 4 for the sake of showing you the kebabs cooking. You can actually do at least 6 in this pan. You can see they're getting a lovely, lovely brown colour now. And again, just having a look at this one, you can see much brown around the edges compared to the centre. So I'm going to give that a turn. That's always your indicator. Don't be worried about how many times you actually flip these round. Just if you keep recognising that they need to be turned, do so until they're a very, very golden brown colour. Okay, these kebabs are now ready. You can see they're a lovely, lovely colour. I'll show you that over there. It's a really nice brown colour throughout. No white areas. They're ready to come out now. So what I'll do is I'll drain them very slightly. And as before, what I'm going to do in previous videos is I'll pop them into a tray with tissue so that allows the draining of the oil. These smell and look amazing. Let's hope Mum and Dad think exactly the same. Seal of approval time. So I've met the seal of approval. I've come back alive. If you want to see more fantastic videos like this, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you and goodbye.